for like my tape and brings it up all over town, all over the media. Like, thanks for reminding people once again. All of his...
Wait, so you think Kanye West needs to remind people about the most famous, probably sex tape since Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee? Like, you think that Kanye West has to remind people about that?
All over town, all over the media. Like, thanks for reminding people once again. All of his shenanigans, I don't even know what the to call it, rhetoric, is going to be far more damaging to the kids one day than my tape will ever be.
That's right.
And I have to sit here and not say anything ever, because I know one day my kids will appreciate that. And I know.
You think your kids will appreciate you essentially thoughting yourself out for fame, notoriety, and money? This person obviously needs no introduction. This is Kim Kardashian. She has a few comments to make about Kanye's recent rhetoric about her. Let's take a listen.
But you can't control somebody else. You know, he's doing this to himself.
But even just like how he looks so down on me for like my tape and brings it up.
For your tape, you mean like... Okay, so you mean like you were like on a TV show? It was a really bad TV show, or was it a movie or something? Oh, you mean your sex tape? He looks down on you because of your sex tape. Crazy. Like, just such a crazy notion.
For like my tape and brings it up all over town, all over the media. Like, thanks for reminding people once again. All of his...
Wait, so you think Kanye West needs to remind people about the most famous, probably sex tape since Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee? Like, you think that Kanye West has to remind people about that? Come on. Like, the problem is the delusion of this family, right? The delusion that these people must eat, like, they go through such mental gymnastics, right? You have to put on blinders to be this delusional about your entire life. Like, it's his fault that you made a sex tape with Ray J, filmed it with the help of your mother to get famous, and then he brings it up, which was the intent for you to do in the first place. Please, this cannot be the people that are leading the conversation in our society today. Right? This is the problem, I feel, a lot of times, is that people like this, who have these kind of views, who are this delusional about themselves, are running the narrative.
Shenanigans, I don't even know what the to call. Thanks for reminding people once again. All of his shenanigans, I don't even know what the to call it,
rhetoric,
is going to be far more damaging to the kids one day than my tape will ever be.
Okay. All right. I don't know what, it might be fentanyl, it might be crack, it might be meth, but Kim K is on something. She needs to be tested. You need to be tested. You cannot actually make this statement.
Is going to be far more damaging.
You cannot make this
shenanigans, I don't even know what the... all over town, all over the media. Like, thanks for reminding people once again. All of his shenanigans, I don't even know what the to call it,
rhetoric,
is going to be far more damaging to the kids one day than my tape will ever be.
That's right.
And I have to sit here and not say anything ever, because I know one day my kids will appreciate that. And I know.
You think your kids will appreciate you essentially thoughting yourself out for fame, notoriety, and money. You think your kids are going to respect you more than their father, who cares that his wife, or his now ex-wife, used to essentially want to be a mattress actress. Right? Like the insanity of such a statement, right? Like the just pure delusion, pure idiocy of something to utter such a statement, that him being upset about it, talking to people about it, is going to be more damaging than the actual act you did. So you think talking about somebody getting murdered is worse than the person who got murdered, right? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. You did the action. He's just talking about it. You did this. No. If you cannot look in the mirror, right? Don't look at me when I say something. If you have not reflected on the actions that you've done yourself, if you haven't reckoned with it, right? You're actively trying to silence Ray J because he's exposing you for the fact that you and your mother planned a sex tape. You planned a sex tape so that you could be famous. Your mother pimped you out. Now you're mad for the actions that you committed. No. It's not like somebody was in the corner recording. It was like TMZ paparazzi getting you doing this act. You recorded it. You put it on. You picked the best angles. You and your mom watched it. You picked the best angles. And now you want to blame this man. And nobody's saying Kanye's innocent. Nobody's saying Kanye's innocent. That's not what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong. The actions that Kanye takes sometimes are very boneheaded. He says a lot of crazy things. He says a lot of stupid things. But for her to come out and say this is the height of not only hypocrisy, but delusion. You are a very, very, very delusional human being. You don't see anything. You have not looked in the mirror. And I think that's one of the things that I am so grateful that I had my mom and my aunt for. They said, you just got to look in the mirror, man. You got to reflect on yourself. She has never done that. These kind of people have never looked in the mirror. They've never reckoned with their actions, never thought about the things that they've done. The fact that you would think that your ex-husband talking about a sex tape that you made and you put out, not me, not him, not anybody else, you and your mother put out, is more damaging to the kids than what you actually did, which they can search for themselves one day. If they're not going to search it, you know their friends are going to send it to them. You know their friends are going to be passing around postcards of what you did in their school, embarrassing those kids for the rest of their lives. That's the problem. You don't think about what your actions will cause down the line. Your actions caused this for your husband. It caused his embarrassment. You think if you had not done that sex tape, he would have it to bring up? You think if you had not done what you did, he would have had it to bring it up? So if you cannot look at yourself in the mirror, do not point the finger at somebody else. Don't do it. I'm not going to. Listen, you did what you did. You did what you did, but it's okay for that man to talk about it. That's how he grieves. That's how he deals with things. He deals with things by talking to other people about it. You might not deal with it that way, but he's dealing with it. And you're in his life, you were his ex-wife, and those are the things you did. Just because you don't like it now, you did those actions. Don't be mad because I brought it up.
No, that is the best thing for them. And by the way, I'm the one where...
See, the thing is, when these kind of Botox, plastic surgery people, these mannequins, right? These mannequins start pretending to have emotions and fake crying on TV. Nobody buys this crap. Nobody's watching this and like, oh my God, Kim K is so hurt. No, we're thinking, this freaking bimbo.
Or shit could be going down and I get in the car and every day the kids want to blast dad's music. And I'm like,
they want to blast one of the greatest producers in the history of time's music. Yeah, what have you done that people want to blast? Oh, your sex tape. That's it. You have done nothing worthwhile in society. All your family has done is bring negativity to women. You brought unrealistic standards to the average woman. That's what you've done. That is what you've done. The Kardashians, to me, are what the crack epidemic was for women. Right? That's what they are. They're the crack epidemic for women. They're ruining generations of women and beauty standards, right? You're letting people who are so fake, 90% of her ain't real, but you're letting her set natural beauty standards, right? That's crazy. Now you got all these girls, women, wanting to irreversibly change their bodies to get BBLs and lip fillers and all this stuff. That's just going to melt away in the future. They don't have your money to fix it up or go back to Dr. Surgeon Man to cut it up. So you're putting these expectations on these little girls. The thing is, these people don't reckon with what they do in society. They will never, ever, ever, ever reckon with it. But she will have the nerve to point the finger at Kanye West. She's going to have the nerve to fix her Botox lips about Kanye West. They want to blast his music. Of course they want to blast his music. He's a talented musician. That's why they want to play his music. They don't want to play your stuff. You know why? Because it's garbage. It's low energy nonsense. You're a reality TV show star. That's all you are.
Like, he's the best. Yeah, of course. And I put it on and we're singing along, and inside I'm like dying because I will be his biggest cheerleader to them forever. And one day when they see for themselves, I'll answer whatever they want me to.
Yeah, you're going to have to answer that you were a mattress actress.
It's too much for one person.
It's not too much. You did this to yourself. You did this to yourself. I don't feel bad for you. Nobody feels bad for you. You got the bag. You got what you wanted, so it don't matter. That's it. Let it go. He gonna talk about it because you did what you did. Now he's got to deal with it. He made those decisions. He decided to be with you. He decided to sleep with you. So he's got to live with those decisions, right? He decided to have kids with you. He has to live with those decisions, right? But you have to do the same. You have to be accountable. Your mother has never obviously held you accountable. Nobody in your family has ever held you accountable, said, hey, listen, this is the things you're doing are crazy. They're wrong. You shouldn't be trying to make a sex tape to be famous. Things like that you should be told as a human, as a person who should have integrity for themselves, who wants to portray something like that, portray something good for the world, right? But you don't do that. What you do, put unrealistic standards out there. You put a sex tape out that your mom gets to watch and put out, and then you make billions of dollars, and then you get to chastise other people for talking about the way you got to where you get to. Get out of here. I will never, ever respect any Kardashian, ever. They're cancer on American society. They're cancer on women, and I believe that anything they touch, any person they touch, ends up for the worse. That's my take. I've never been a fan of the Kardashians. It's just stupid to hear her talk sometimes.